Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this matchup today. We have the Bomb Squad versus the Scallywags. It's actually a pretty exciting match here in Div D. And being your host, the eternal Tier 5, the Trout, I'm happy I get to be here and share it with you all. So, the interesting thing here is Bomb Squad is only 22 points away from moving up to 5th place, Wolverine having played their 4th game. And the Scallywags, both teams above them have played their games, and they're only 22 points behind 2nd, so it's easily obtainable. So it really comes down to if Bomb Squad is going to be the spoiler of the Scallywags and keep them down at 4th, leaping up to 5th, or are we going to see something else come around? Anyway, I have both players ready to go, so let me go ahead and give them a launch. So let me go ahead and launch in 3, 2, 1, and we are launching. So today my goal is to bring you a stream that has minimum amount of scuffing. No promises, no guarantees, as I've yet to pull that off, but, you know, man can dream. Come on. Give me the teams. There it is. Got the names, got the teams, got the maps, got the circles. I really wish that all those settings would stay. So the first match is here at Test Map A. This Test Map A is with the 2 trial mechs of the Kit Fox D. Them rocking both SRM6 kit packages. It's a very interesting map because it is so large. Just getting your drop on your opponent could be the one thing that you need to come out ahead. So just following here, Stuff Your Fear with the Scallywags. Just kind of playing it cagey. Doesn't look like he's seen anybody yet. Because these are trial mechs and Ignore Enhancements is on, what is interesting here is that the armor levels on the arms are particularly low. So it's really easy to blow those off, especially with the high amount of damage that the Alpha Strike does from the Skip Foxes. That being said, it is extremely easy also to overhook and cook yourself. Oh, I don't know. Did Stuff Your Fear just see Addercop or not? Addercop seems to be honing in on Stuff Your Fear's location, and I think we have a mutual sighting here. Yes, Addercop sending out a salvo, but it's just slightly out of range. Oh, all right, there we go. Again, both mechs very slightly out of range, super cagey. All right, Addercop's first take damage. Go ahead and zoom in and get Stuff Your Fear selected. You know, again, pretty minimal damage between both. Everybody's playing it real cagey-like. Let's see if I can get in closer to the action. All right. Stuff Your Fear having taken the most amount of damage, but you can see it's kind of centered around their legs. Oh, all right, we got it in. We're going on a circle of death. We spin around each other. Who can do it? Oh, Addercop losing one of those arms like we were talking about earlier. Addercop has lost both the arms, and that is pretty much it. You say goodbye to Addercop as they pop, and Stuff Your Fear came out on top. Look at that beautiful mech right there. So good job, Stuff Your Fear. So it really did come down to how well you were twisting, and if you were twisting, exposing those weak arms or not. So let me go ahead and grab the code. Boom, and boom. Let me go ahead and move the lobby over here. All right. Oh, sorry, this is from a previous game. It is still in the queue. Let's see if we can go ahead and... Alright, map. Come on, there we go. Alright, so you can see here, you know, we get Stuff Your Fear taking off four components, two of those being, oh, we have a bit of, a discrepancy. Oh. So right now, Stuff Your Fear is pointing out that Addercop, after taking both his arms, that his loadout was not trial. So yeah, I guess that does make sense, because I did see Addercop fire off a salvo even after losing both their arms. So, which in theory means that they would forfeit, but Stuff Your Fear having won is kind of that's that. So Addercop has left the tournament, and so I got to revite in Yun Tao. While we're doing that, yeah, it was you know, basically, oh, there that is, the Great Dive. Yeah, so basically, you know, it really kind of came down to, again, Stuff Your Fear, doing what they needed to do, damaging all the right places, even though there was only a 34 point damage, being able to hit where they needed, then really made it. So, yeah. All right, let me go get those scores updated. So, 2D20 Scallywags taking the win off here. And so the next one is going to be Boreal Reach, which unfortunately I don't really have a map for, but it is just a huge flat area. So it's basically, there's a couple little hills, like a little bit of a half windy path if you're a tiny mech, going in between, and that's about it. So, you know, especially with this tonnage, which I believe is a medium and assault, you know, you can play some range, you can get up there in the back and shoot, you could, you know, again, you could do a rush brawl. Down in my tier, we tend to see quite a bit of that brawling, but, you know, who knows? Who knows what we'll see? You know, this is a couple tiers up, so skill level is kind of higher. The mechs available to you is higher. So, yeah. All right, so sorry, I gotta do a little bit of administrative work. So it's really interesting. Not interesting. I'm abusing that word today. Interesting. It's a little harder when you don't have a co-cast, because you have to jump and like manage both the lobby and the players, and when it's going to launch, on top of you know, talking to you all good folk and putting it all together. So yeah, so we have invited Sean Baum, and they have brought the Marquise de Lafayette. So and okay, Sean Baum is bringing his team in. So we're about to see what we can do. Oops. All right, we've just got a lock. Oh, we got both locks. All right. We're going to go ahead and launch now. Get you right back into the action. Nope. Not the maps. Match overlay. There it is. Cool. All right, so over here, again, since the teams are a little bit... Damn it. There we go. Since again, you get... This is the second match, so you get to actually choose what you want. Over here on the bomb side, we have the Great Dive with 8 CRM 6s, so very much a brawly huntsman. And a Kit Fox Purifier with 6 SRM smalls and 4 heavy machine guns. So another one of those brawls. I'm sorry, that was on the 2D20 Scallywag side. On the bomb side, we've got streaks, 3 streak 6, 4 streak 2s, and then more streaks. So we got a lot of streaks, a lot of homing missiles over here on Sean Bomb, where the other side is just more kind of raw DPS, right? So 2 Huntsmans and 2 Kit Fox Purifiers. You can see where Sean Bomb's playing a little bit cagey. Both using that big hill there, right, for cover. Go ahead and drop a little lower so you can kind of get a perspective of that on the field. The bomb squad also using the blocks. Okay, oh, we got it. They're coming in. Let's go ahead and get to the action there. All right, so the bomb squad has focused in on the Kit Fox Purifier. So Canadian Cyrus is just taking a massive amount of damage. About to drop down, but not before taking a big chunk out of Lancer Duo. Marcus oh wow, we got a kill right there. Marcus de Lafayette drops Canadian Cyrus, but not before the Great Dive can drop Lancer Duo. Now we have again the I guess the medium there facing off against the light, and so they make pretty quick work of them, especially with the Huntsman having SRM 6s not needing a lock, unlike the Streak SRMs do. Plus, they just deal a lot more damage. So let me go ahead and get the stats, and we can take a look and kind of see exactly what happened by the numbers. So one thing I do like to point out is that numbers are really easy to talk about. But I don't always tell the full story. So sometimes you might have a job to do, and you might do a very low damage, but your job was to be a damage sponge. With that, so the numbers might not reflect the fact that you played your role, but you did, and you were an instrumental part of the winning, right? That's something that can be lost a bit in the scrum of things. But kind of diving into the damage, we had the Great Dive actually kind of dealing the majority of the damage over there on the Scallywag side of things. You can see where the Great Dive got both kills, but Canadian Cyrus being in that Kit Fox and actually staying alive as long as they did and being the main focus of fire, they did their job very, very well. So on the other side, you can see Marcus de Lafayette, the Kit Fox, actually dealing the bulk of the damage there. For their side, the numbers are overall higher again on the bomb squad, but not as focused, which again kind of led to their overall loss. So let me go ahead and get those scores updated for you. All right, so we've got a win over here for the Scallywags, and we get 2 points over here for the bomb squad. All right. So so Scallywags look to be making good progress already to securing second place in their div. They are only, let's see how good my math is, 14 points away. So that is, just one match, really. So, all right, so we're locked. Let's go ahead and launch right into the action. All right, so we got test map A here again. Go ahead and turn all my stuff on. All right, so over here on the Scallywag side, we have one AC2 and Ultra, and two AC2s 4s, and then the Direwolf having 6 AC5s. So a lot of DACA, a lot of good range. The Direwolf bringing the hurt. Over here on the Scallywag side, again, we have the same deal with actually 5, I believe, Ultra AC5s, and Skullfire being SRM6s and a Flamer. So looks like the strategy over here on the Bombsquad side of things is gonna be, let's see if we can get up close and personal while being on Skullfire, and then Sean Bomb being kind of a mid-range support to do the damage while Skullfire locks somebody down. Whereas on the Scallywag side, they just want to stay away. They just want to stay very, very far away from everything and just rain down hellfire upon everybody. Oh, there we go. We got the first sight. So it looks like, I believe that's Yuntao in the Veagle, being able to kind of pick up some damage here. Come on, teams, come on. There we go. So we got a little bit of scrapes, a little bit of bumpsies and bruisies for Bombsquad, but nothing too serious. But both teams now know where the other team is. So yeah, incoming arty strike. You can see where it's actually a really great use of the arty, because what that's done is it's provided cover for Yuntao in the Direwolf to push up on that side, knowing that they can't really peek out into the arty. Sean Bomb's team has kind of figured out that might be the case, but Yuntao now already has a really great angle and is dropping airstrike to make sure that they're backed off of that corner. So yeah, they are the Scallywags are doing a really good job making sure that that their strategy works, keeping folk away, but Bombsquad was able to just drop an arty to really make it hard on Yuntao, and you can see him going down to 59 health. So let's go ahead and get in close. So Sean Bomb's almost dead, but Skullfire has shown up to really make this thing difficult. All right, as they fight through the hellfire, rain of hellfire in the Arctic Wolf, Skullfire just barely able to bring down Yuntao right before Indigo Man finishes them off. So good job, Indigo Man and Scallywags, but that was a really good fight on both sides. I think with that range kind of battle, if Sean Bomb had just been able to convert that kill on Yuntao, then I think it very easily could have gone the other direction. So go ahead and throw the stats in. All right. Boom. All right, so I'm going to throw these numbers up. Again, on the bomb side of things, we've got, again, Sean Bomb doing the lion's share of damage there. While Skullfire was rushed in and was able to secure that kill. And then on the Scallywag side, you see the Indigo Man and the Veagle actually doing kind of lion's share of the damage and scoring that last kill. So it's really the Scallywags were able to really put their strategy into practice best because they were able to keep the bomb squad very far away. So it's basically a 2v1 for Sean Bomb most of that trade, and it's just really hard to come out of that. So let me go ahead and do that and update the points. And then now we are moving on to Crimson Strait. All right. So Crimson Strait here. All right. So let's pop over to the map, take a look at what we got. So with Crimson Strait, the point that they're fighting over here is Theta. So with Team 1, so that would be the Bomb Squad, right? A couple ways you can go. So there is a little tunnel that you can kind of poke through right here. And actually you got that tunnel will actually take you in over here if you want, and that'll be important here in a moment. And then you can kind of also poke through the city. With Team 2, they can really go, they have really two different ways, right? So they can actually go and push right over here what they call the saddle, right over the top to see, to kind of, that is their quickest level of engagement. Or what they could do is they could actually push through that tunnel that we were just talking about and see if they can come up behind Team 1 to catch them unawares. Team 1 has a couple different options too. Because they generally end up at Theta faster, they're the ones that really get to pick the location of this fight, right? So you have something a little more wide open back here. You can do some peeky pokey stuff in the city right here. You can try and send something very fast to do, kind of this big kind of jumping maneuver right here, right? So a lot of different options. But ultimately, if Team 2 doesn't try to kind of come back around, the Theta is, the Team 1 is really going to pick the location of battle. U94 says, hello to everybody on stream. And that's a great point to take a look at and say, reach out to the stream and say, let's check in. All right, so Red Like Black MWO, thank you for coming in. You are not the only viewer. You're one of three. Silly 0077, I probably did say SRM Smalls. So, I mean, SRMs can be small, maybe. They're the smallest of the missile groups. So yeah, but kind of popping back over here. Looks like we have Bomb Squad is locked. Bomb Squad is actually going to be starting all of their mechs in Alpha and Bravo, which is interesting, right? So I don't know what that means for their strategy. I don't know if that means that they think there's better ramps right here or what. I'm in tier 5 for a reason. It looks like Team 2 is starting all of their folk in Alpha and Bravo, so as well, but that makes a little more sense being the two that's really kind of closest to get to where they need. All right, we've got a lock. So I'm gonna go ahead and launch this this bad boy, and oops. So we had a lock, but then we had an unlock, and I'm gonna go ahead and launch from there. Technically, that is against the rules, but I am not a referee, so I don't really care. Similarly to the way that we had an illegal build in the first drop, so not the trial mech. It doesn't really, I can't do anything about it. It just is what it is. And if the team leaders or the teams, they can sort it out amongst themselves, or they can involve the ref through the ticketing system that we have here in MWO Comp. Speaking of, I just realized I don't have a link to the MWO Comp Discord in my profile, but you can find that on the official MWO League's Twitch channel. So if you want to, you see this, you like it, you want to get in on the fun, feel free to join the Discord there, and you too can find some people to play with and be a part of this as I ramble on at folk. So looking at the team makeups, we have some, whoa, interesting from Sean Baum. We have piranhas and huntsmen and one Veagle, so kind of lightish. And then over there on the Scallywag side, we have Kit Foxes, some Vipers, which is again another one of those kind of fast medium mechs, and then an Arctic Wolf and a Mad Dog. So we have actually a pretty big mech over there. So let me go ahead. So the Sean Baum is running a bunch of ATMs, which is really a long range kind of mech. Marquise is running Streaks, and Lancer Duo is running Streaks. So a lot of lock-on missiles. So running over to the piranhas, who are picking the fight, we've got some very brawly builds, looks like. We've got, let's see, come on, squirrely little one, U94. So another brawl build. So as U94 takes the cap point, we have all of the Scallywags coming right over the saddle here. So Arctic Wolf, that is a Splat Wolf build, which is basically just a whole bunch of tiny little SRMs. I don't know why they're getting up high. It's not like they have the range to shoot from up there, but maybe it's just kind of a scouting thing. The Kit Fox is going to be rocking, again, another brawl build. So it looks like, for the most part, the Scallywags want to get up close and personal. Yuntal running Streaks, which is really interesting. You don't really see Streaks at the lower div, but you seem to see it a lot here. So, all right. Looks like Sean Baum is in place. They're kind of back at the back of like Delta 8, where you can, where there's a lot of wide open area, which makes sense with their ATMs, which are basically the clan long range missile. Not to be confused with clan long range missiles, which do not have a minimum range. I don't know what ATM stands for, to be honest with you. But you have here Scallywags that are all grouped up, and they are using cover to their advantage to push as close as they can to the bomb squad. So, all right, and they're off. All right, we've got a couple tickles with those ranging missiles. We got the Viper rushing in. Oof, those huntsmen taking some punishment. Not a lot of cover up there. But they're also kind of, I would say they're raining down some damage on Yuntal, but Yuntal also in the beefiest mech. It's not going to go down quickly. It's one of those kind of classic RPG things. Do you take down the ads or do you take down the main boss first? Generally, if you take down the smaller mechs, that means that you're going to have less DPS on the field. But, again, the bigger the mech, sometimes the beef, more damage it can get. So now the battle is joined. We've got those piranhas coming in here. causing some little bit of mischief and mayhem, and the Scallywags using that giant building right there to shield themselves from that long-range fire from those ATMs. Oh, alright, looks like, oh, they found Marquise. Lancer Duo having already gone down, taking quite a bit of punishment on top of that building. Lancer Marquise fighting for his life. U-94 doing their best to save them, but laying down their life to give Marquise just that couple more minutes of damage. Skullfire, oof, that looked pretty brutal. Took a whole squad of missiles. All right. All right, so apparently it just crashed. So fuck my life. That's great. It's great. I was doing so good too. Ah, that's a pisser. All right. I'm so irritated. I'm just so irritated. Now I gotta wait 5 minutes. Anyway, gotta wait 5 minutes to see if it actually reconnects. So anyway, we have linebackers for the Scallywags, which means that they're going hard. They're going for a brawl. We've got the same over on the Sean Bomb side. They're doing a much more homogenous deck with the Viper going out to scout. Let's see what the Viper is running. There we go. Flamers and heavy machine guns. So really wants to neutralize any kind of big laser builds. So let's jump over to Yuntao is taking a Black Laner, which is a little more agile than a linebacker. Up. What are you doing? There we go. Small pulses, and then that is allowed, that difference in tonnage is allowed the Great Drive, wherever they are, to take a Hunchback. But I don't see them. Oh. Alright, so they have been spotted. So Sean Bomb is making their way towards Epsilon, and they were took some damage from the Scallywags. They were to juke around mostly. So what does that Hunchback have? Hunchback is also a brawl build. So they just everybody wants to get in close range, but Hunchback probably has the most amount of range. Very cool that the Scallywags have really picked the position and kind of spread out with a good firing line. Oh no, Taylor falling off might be devastating. The Great Dive falling off, so now, oh man, that's not good for the Scallywags. It's now basically a 4v2, 4v3. Sean Bomb having dropped from overheating, the Viper doing what it needs to do. Marquise also overheating. I guess, I'm sorry, the linebackers with the Flamers doing the things that they need to do. U-94 with Tagir and the Great Drive managing to get back up on top is now getting punished from behind. Oh, but right before, U-94 was able to take down Canadian Cyrus, and that was great. And as Lancer Duo puts up their best to fight, they go out in a self-exploding blaze of glory. All right. Oop. Oh, yeah, look at that. Indigo Man. Giant eyeball can see everything. All right, so let's go ahead and grab these stats. Let me go ahead and publish them. All right. Go ahead and update the points. Believe you got 1 kill off, and you won everything. All right. so I let the team know that the stream crashed. I'm very upset about it. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to the results screen. I guess I'll know in 5 minutes if it comes back. Yeah, Flamers got me as well. Yeah. This match, you could say, was too hot to handle. So, jumping into the damage, you know, again, it tells that story. Oh, thank God the stream has come back. You know, the damage numbers across the entire team on the Scallywag side, pretty uniform. Tegir being one of the two, and the Great Dive being the two that fell off, but they were able to actually come back and score relatively the highest damage. So, interestingly though, like, you gotta wonder if they had not fallen off, if that actually, their presence could have actually saved Canadian Cyrus and given them all 5 deaths. Lancer Duo, Dudo, is the one that survived the longest, and they did the most amount of damage. They were able to really stick it out. But U94, wanting to get half damage to do 2x their ping, was able to do half their ping in damage. But, which is real sad. That means their ping was like 300. Swapping in 3. 2. Sorry, I gotta swap as we do this. So yeah, U94 was able to actually secure that kill, so good on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and start switching folk. Alright, let me go ahead and switch the sides. Somebody has sent me an alert. Alright, I'm gonna start recording this just to also record it, so if something crashes again, at least I'll have the last half. Ha ha! Oh. So one thing, I'm gonna pop back over into the match overlay so you can see the I do love the banter between teams. So I accidentally left Canadian Cyrus in the Fjord team, and so they immediately went native and became a Fjord member, and walked right into that fold. So oh. Well, the map that we're going to is River City now. Go ahead and put that up. All right, so I have set up the map for them. So let me go ahead and let's take a look at the map for you all. River City. Howdy dig Biggs. Diggs, by the way, 7. Yes. What's up is my stuff was crashing. So, all right. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got in River City. So River City here, a lot of different ways you can play it. I know what ended up happening, at least in the Sabres match, is that we actually tried to play range against European Redcoats, and they also played range, and they were actually able to dominate us quite handily. So hats off to you all. But they were able to take kind of positions right up here, the Overwatch Theta. They had a Shadowhawk that kind of came in here, grabbed Theta, but then also was a kind of a long ranger, was able to really see everything from that direction. So you had some really great firing lines, right? So that's one way to play it. Again, you could also, from Team 2 side, you could do something like a straight push and all the way through, right? Depending on what you see. You could actually do kind of one of those things where you go down and around the Citadel. Well, that's actually not a little low, but around the Citadel here. Then use the cover of the town to kind of, again, assault any kind of range position, assuming that Team 1 is doing range. Or everybody could just run to the middle and fight. That's the kind of strategy that my brain can comprehend. I don't know about anybody else's, but yeah. So Team 1 has locked, and they are, for the most part, up here in Alpha. So all in Alpha, and then one in Bravo. So that means my guess is the Bravo person is going to be the Theta Capper. And then I'm just going to, do that. And then the Alpha folk are going to take up the positions right along here to kind of do some Overwatch. All right. And it looks like Team 2 is all in Alpha and in Bravo, so they might actually push kind of around. So let me go ahead and launch. They are locked. Boom. Hop over into that match. All right, check in with chat while we're doing this. Oh, yep, nope. Just digs BT dubs. All right. Okay. So as they fly in, go ahead and get this off. So let's go names and teams. All right, so we're gonna see the I believe, because this is Team 1, we're gonna see the Scallywags over here on this side dropping in. All right, so the Scallywags, they have 3 Nightjeers, a Sun Spider, and a Kodiak. Interesting. So the Kodiak, Nightjeer is UAC 5s, DACA. We've got Gauss, so we have one long range. So they're running kind of a bit of a mixed deck. Another more Gauss. The Kodiak is going to link up with, I take that back, not really a mixed deck. Is going to link up with the Sun Spider, it looks like. And the Sun Spider is running 4 AC Ultras. So range is the name of the game for Scallywags. Jumping over here, we've got 4 Nightjeers on the Sean Bomb side, as well as a Direwolf. So interesting pick with the Direwolf. Like, usually you see Direwolves come out in the last drop, just because they have such good range. So being that you can only have 4 of a chassis across the entire tournament, the first couple drops don't count with the whole 1v1, 2v2 thing, that restricts them from using 4 Direwolves in the next drop. So let's see what they got. So Ultra AC 5, DACA Direwolf, a lot of AC 5s we're seeing. A lot of AC 5s. Range, and more range. So, looks like we got both of them being pretty cagey here. I'm gonna pull way out. Yeah, you can see Yuntal over there. Yuntal. The Scallywags over there. Really pretty big firing line. One of them's way up in that mountain with a very cheeky little Overwatch spot. where the Sean Bombs or Bomb Squad, Sean Bomb of the Bomb Squad, they're all kind of grouped up in the city. I think they're trying to plan out what they want to do. Not a lot of intel for either side yet. Scallywags just being patient pandas, waiting for the bombs to make a move. The Scallywags, having secured the points that they need to move solidly into second, is really not pressed to actually push too hard. If I go back to the standings, let's see if I can go back to the standings. Standings, well, whatever. Oh damn. Everybody was waiting. Skullfire popped their head out while I was looking at my iPad, and it got dropped. That was brutal. I don't know if it was a headshot or what. Oh, it was headshot. He's very upset about it. Yeah, and there we go. You know, we've got now the Bomb Squad just kind of getting punished by the range that the Scallywag has brought, being basically instantly paying down a mech pilot. Tair was trading. Addercop was with Addercop. Thought Addercop was going to be able to finish him off, but not so much. Tair now being able to redirect, sniped Marquise in the back line. We've got Sean Bomb real beat up. Great dive. Oh man. Sent a Gauss right into Lancer Dudo's chest, and then Sean Bomb, trying to stick it out in the end, was unable to. So now you see the Scallywags moving in. They're going to cap the center point, and it's going to be a day. So, all right, boom. And that, it was a pretty decisive victory on the Scallywag side. All right, let's go ahead and get those stats. And I will go ahead and set up the next lobby for them. And then I will be able to talk. All right, let's see. So yeah, jumping into chat, the VOD will be reposted, but I am gonna have to kind of hack it together in an editor because yes, because the fucking thing crashed. Not bitter. And I don't know when it crashed, so we'll see how much of it I lost. Alpine Peaks is our final destination here. So let's go ahead and let us take a look at the damage. What is the match by the numbers? All right, so again, we've got a pretty even disbursement of damage. Tair and the Great Dive were both able to secure 2 kills, with Indigo Man securing another. Everybody but Yuntao really was able to take a wing off or 2. Yuntao being in that Kodiak was kind of more, felt like, with the, I think they had 3 Gaus or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I thought they were going to be more of a brawly thing, but, that's just what happens sometimes. Skullfire bringing, oh man, I feel for them. Getting that headshot earlier, they're bringing up all goose eggs. So, yeah, man, I tip my hat. I press the F key. That's brutal. That's just nothing pisses you off a little bit more. I mean, if it was an intentional and somebody was able to aim that far, like, goddamn. But sometimes in a match that we had, it was you're aiming for center mass and you get lucky and just pop goes your head. I think it was Indigo Man that did that too. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at Alpine Conquest, or Alpine Peaks, I'm sorry, and see what we got here. So with Alpine Peaks, kind of what you're looking at is a couple different ways that Team 2 could play it. So Sean Bomb's team, let me go ahead and wrong color. Up. They can kind of come up here to the I was gonna say they can kind of come up here. They have this line up here. They can kind of come into here, or they can kind of rush in the middle. Blue team, again, they have some spots up here. They can kind of do this, or they can rotate over onto this area and then just come straight in. So the teams are locked. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the match. And this final round. Let's see. So let's take a look at the divisional standings. So the Bomb Squad is 20 points away from the Wolverines. So if they're able to actually pull this off and do a win, I'm sorry, 21 points away. Yes, 21 points. So if they're able to pull this off, they're going to be knocking right on the Wolverines' door, or really have overtaken them. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier. You kind of see the... you see over here the 4 dire wolves, and it looks like 1 shadow cat. On the Scallywag side, I'm gonna bet that these are all ready for trading, which they are. And then over here on the oh my god, they are extremely light over here on the Sean Bomb side. They're doing something crazy. Let's follow them. All those Arctic Wolves I expected to see in the first drop have shown up here. So, I guess they're looking to use speed and raw damage to their advantage to get the drop. But, I don't know if going right through the middle was the best choice for that. It's really hard because Team 2 is fighting uphill. So great arty drop by Scallywags to deny the cap. But we actually have most of our brawlers making it to the top without a significant amount of damage. Look at the Viper over there, Marquise de Lafayette. Oof, they were straggling and they're getting punished for it. Bet you by Yuntal and that Shadow Cat. Alright, we got the push. Let's follow the bombs in action. Alright. Man, not having jump jets in those Arctic Wolves, causing some issues. They were able to take quite a bit of damage in the run-up, but now they're safely behind the mountain. You can kind of see the Scallywags here rotating around that mountain as best they can, and spreading out, right? So, again, the Shadow Cat, Yuntal and the Shadow Cat, providing overwatch as the battle is joined. So this is where the Sean Bombs want to be. And you can see that by them dropping Indigo real fast and then kind of closing in on the Great Dive. But, yeah, Great Dive is putting up a really great fight. Oh, look at that. Oh, okay, Lancer Dudo. Stay up on the ledge. Ah, nice. Was able to score that kill. Now you got 2v1 on the, oh, man, that's rough. Marquise de Lafayette taking a whole bunch of 2d20 into the face. Arctic Wolves having fallen off the ridge. Not great for them. Attercop, can you do it? Can you, oh no, don't. Can you actually make the kill? Lancer Duo coming up to help. Come on, Lancer Duo, can you put it in the back? Lomas Artorian is, I mean, look at that. They're twist, dip, dive, dodge. Bet you this person could dodge a wrench. So Attercop being the last one, 45%. How you doing there, buddy? Oh man, you're taking all the red lays. Attercop was able to secure the kill, but we have, I don't know if that is in range or not, but we have Yuntal there, basically untouched, and Attercop at 24%. Both legs open, unable to get to the top. With that Shadow Cat now putting more range. It was a bold move, Cotton, but doesn't look to quite have paid off. Really close to paying off, but not quite. Attercop taking some more damage as they jump off the ledge. Trying to use the city here to really cover their approach. Yuntal gets Gamma. Attercop's like, fuck you, I'm gonna do this. Well, you gotta play the Rocky music here. It's the Eye of the Tiger. Attercop, beaten, battered, coming for Yuntal. Yuntal, oh, taken to the skies. Oh no, he's gotten out of his range. That's brutal. It's just gonna rain down damage upon Attercop. Attercop's probably best play here is to go back and take that cap and hide, but actually they're just gonna get SMG'd to death. It was a noble end. Yuntal now going back to recap the point, bringing the Scallywags to a victory. But I'll be damned if that wasn't an exciting close match. So, yeah, you know, man, oh, that was a really interesting tactic. I really wanted that to work out. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the match by the numbers. All right, by the numbers. Okay, so we see basically really high numbers all the way across, except for Sean Baum, who was caught out early on and blew up. Was part of the bomb. The big Marquise was able to put the finishing touches on a lot. I think the probably the jump jets really helped get them in position. Attercop being the last one alive, scoring the unholy number of 666, and to bring their damage to being the highest across both teams. Go ahead and add those points up. So the total points for Bomb Squad is now going to move up to 12. So that's going to put them really close to 5th. So yeah, that's a thing. I'm sorry. Yes. Did I get this right? I might have switched the tooltips. But yeah, so the Dire Wolves, again, they really just kind of got jumped. They you can see just kind of the lower damage numbers across it. They were able to, it was pretty impressive. They were able to use those long-range weapons up close. I mean, granted, the Arctic Wolves are mediums, so they had less damage to do to drop a particular mech. But, you know, really, at the end of the day, the designated survivor in that Shadow Cat was able to really pull them to victory. So, and that, folks, wraps it up. So thank you for coming out and watching the Scallywags and Bombsquad go face-to-face here with in Div G. Again, very exciting, very interesting matches. One of these days I'll be able to get through a stream without being scuffed all the way through, but today was not that day. So thank you for bearing with technical difficulties, and y'all have a good night.